Okay, one of the things we have to learn is that whatever result was the day before, it belongs to the past. So we have to forget what we did, good or bad, doesn't matter, and focus on today. Ready, everybody? More or less the game I want to approach like yesterday, meaning that we'll go with the double change, with reception, with change of, and so on and so on. Okay? Dawaj. Polska!
No dobra, to bez Monika i Kamiego, jedziemy, dawaj. Polska!
Wczoraj w sportu Niemcy lepsi wygrali spotkanie towarzyskie przygotów. Zobaczymy, jak to wszystko będzie wyglądało więcej. My witamy serdecznie kolejnych kibiców, którzy pojawili się w hali. Pozdrawiamy serdecznie i proszę Państwa, już teraz są duże brawa dla zawodników obu drużyn. Polska, Niemcy coraz bliżej rozpoczęcia towarzyskiego meczu. Zaczynamy od odznaczenia medalem zasłużonego trenera piłki siatkowej w Polsce, pana Waldemara Wspaniałego, człowieka urodzonego w Siatkówce, całe życie związanego z siatkówką. Dziękuję za kilkadziesiąt lat emocji na siatkarskich parkietach, dostarczonych przez pana Waldemara Wspaniałego jako zawodnika i trenera. Prezydent miasta Sosnowica, pana Dawid Świeciński.
Mamy dogadane z trenerem, że ja mogę zadawać pytania po polsku, bo on już się chwali, że rozumie.
Rozumiem wszystko, albo nie mówię.
No to w takim razie ja pytania po polsku, trener po angielsku i mamy pełną naukę. Trenerze, za nami 2 mecze z reprezentacją Niemiec. Nie bał się trener sprawdzać też nowych zawodników, jakich tutaj mamy, debiutantów. Co te sparingi trenerowi, jaką wiedzę przyniosły?
They gave us some feedback. We had to adapt because we have 2 outsides who are, let's say, programmed to play, but unfortunately have some smaller problems. So we had to adapt. But again, as I said, we are obviously we are not 100% physically fit. We are still not 100% have a feeling in between the players. So we need time. As I said, I had a good feedback. I had good signals for some things. Some things we did good. Some things we have to get better at, especially in breakpoint. But not only the the block or the defense, but all the line, let's say, of the breakpoint, starting from the service and then the block and then the defense and transition. So the attack is, let's say, the thing that it preoccupies me less, because you always like to try the attack. It's always easier to work on attack than on block or defense. So I think it was two good games. We had played 10 sets. We have a lot of materials to work on. So I think it was very helpful.
Wchodzimy pomału w ten czas siatkarskiej Ligi Narodów. Też ważne, żeby zapytać o to, jak zdrowotnie mają się nasi reprezentanci, jak wyglądamy fizycznie.
As I said, many of them had enough rest. Many of them had not many, but some of them had 3 weeks, some of them had 2 weeks, some of them had 10 days. I'm trying always to give them enough time to recover after the long season. Obviously, every single player is different between them, because some of them played all the time, some of them played the European Cups, some of them, like Dulski, was there playing, but he wasn't playing all the time. And the age also is very important. So I'm taking in consideration everything. VNL is always tricky, because there are some players who are in the peak of the form like a week ago, and some of them finished 2 months ago. So you really have to balance those two things, and in order to give a rest to the guys who really had a long season, and to prepare the guys who had a lot of rest. So fortunately, we have a really long bench. We have a really long list of good players who can play good volleyball. So we can give chance to many of them who usually are not playing, and to give the rest to the guys who really needs it. So as I said, we have to adapt in some situations, in many situations. Now we have to travel to Japan, where we will probably lose 2 days of practices. We will do the same when we come back, because I have to give them the day off, and then it's a jet lag, and then we have to go back again. But as I said, it's back and forth this season. We have to adapt. We have to just be ready for any kind of let's say unusual thing that pops out, and to adapt and try to be the best we can be.
Skutecznie blok 25 do 25-23 w meczu remis 1-1.
Jedziemy do Japonii dużo wcześniej, to będzie też jakiś moment na pewno na to, żeby się trochę zaadaptować. Trener też nie boi się mianować do naszego składu nowych zawodników, testować nowych graczy w takich warunkach Ligi Narodów. Nie boi się trochę trener zaufać młodzieży.
I have no fear absolutely of anything on the field. I just understand that I, as a coach, and we as coaches, we have to have a lot of patience. We have to, calibrate the communication between us, because sometimes I say something and they don't understand it. So it's not maybe their fault, but it's also mine. How am I expressing myself in a way so that they can understand exactly and clearly what I want from them, and then to do it. Sometimes I'm clear, they know what to do, but they don't do it properly. So, there are some difficult situations when they are happening, but it's a long process where we are watching many times video when we have, and that's why I say that these 10 sets gave me a lot of material to watch, a lot of situations when they reacted or not reacted well. As I said, when I work with the young players, it's challenging, because They are talented, they are eager to improve, they want to apply, but then when they do it in the practice, but then when they go to the court, it's just they come back to the situations that they remember and that they feel safe. So with them especially, you need patience. The other problem is some older players, experienced players, who already do things their way like for years. So even the
routine.
with routine, with the automatism. So if I try to change something, it will really be a small change, and it will need really a lot of time. So it's different approach, it's different situation, but I always like to work with the young players, because the younger they are, the easiest to me is to change something, because they still didn't have so many repetitions and didn't get so much of the automatism that it's already late. After 30, you are already, you are finished. As a technical player, it's really difficult to change some things. So I like to work with the young players. I know what they usually want, what they can give me, and what the eventual difficulty can be. Because sometimes, they don't have experience. They do some things that are like, why would you do that? And then, oh well, he's 22, so so you have to adapt to these situations, and you really need the patience sometimes. That's the key word.
I trenerzy będą zaraz na nas krzyczeć, że długa rozmowa nam wychodzi, więc kończąc, proszę o krótkie plany na najbliższe dni. Jak będą te dni wyglądać?
Usually we have always, when you have to go to travel somewhere, I always like to give a day off. Meaning that now we are traveling on Sunday, and tomorrow I want to give them chance to go to see their families. Especially we will be away like for 2 weeks, so. And to give them the rest. So all the friendly games, they are organized even with Argentina and everybody. I always do it in a way that the day after will be the day off, so that then we'll go to Holland the day after. So the immediate program is that we will have the day off tomorrow, and then we will go to Germany. The rest of the guys will continue to practice with Leo, Kurek, and now it
And
will.
they stay in Spawa.
They will 3 days. They will stay here in Katowice, and because Spawa is occupied, so they have to go to stay here 3 days. But then Huber will come, Kochan will come, so they will have more players to work, like not only analytic work, but also to try to some situations in the game.
Jest to ostatnie słowo od trenera Nikoli Grbicia i będzie okazja, żeby wzajemnie sobie podziękować. Najbliższą niedzielę reprezentacje Polscy wylotowe do Japonii na pierwszy finał Ligi Narodów. I ponownie dziękujemy, pozdrawiamy reprezentację Polski.